Thunderbringer Tundra, looks like Tundra's winning the mid. I mean, that extra kill from the beginning is going to give him that extra, farm, the extra levels, and a little bit of a cushion safety-wise. And Hellbringer is still looks like he's dominating Valkyrie up top as well. So overall, I mean, it's just push, push, push. All three lanes are kind of being won out right now by MSI.
Yeah, well, yeah, they are. So we could now start arguing about ping issues and not, but we're not because we're not into ping issues. We're into great gameplay, and we just say that it this time works much better for MSI because I think actually that Voodoo Jester is a great, well, does probably work better in the tri lane than Andromeda does with especially with Slither because because Slither has this really low attack range. I don't so only got 500, so he's not, super ranged, and he basically is also very squishy, so he can get easily beaten down, whereas Voodoo Jester, he's got his acid cocktail, which is a superior to Andromeda's Comet when it comes to getting out of ganks, because it just can, stun multiple heroes, but also he himself has 600 range, which makes him a much better auto attack harasser.
Thunderbringer has now picked up that Blood Chalice, but he's going to be forced to town from this Tundra. Level 6 has not used the ult, but I think he just dinged 6 as well. And we have another pause. So let's take a little bit more of an in-depth look up top. Sabuska's playing that Valkyrie. I think he was playing Valkyrie last game as well, sitting at 10 kills, 6 denies. And Fresh Pro is going, I guess, carry kind of Hellbringer mode. And he's sitting at 24-13. That's quite the difference in creep kills.
Yeah, definitely. And I gotta say that I was a bit surprised that they put Fresh on the Sliver, because Fresh is not normally he plays heroes like Pharaoh, most of the times Pharaoh, but he's banned, and then he plays Hellbringer very well. But Slither's not really seems to be the kind of hero that he does play. And just the Death Boil is such a great harassment tool, and especially when you got the Ring of the Teacher, which provides great mana regen, and you have the Bloodshillis as well, which Bloodshillis, which also provides mana, which lets you just, spam that Death Ball and harass Valkyrie to death. And look, she's always sitting at this, like, below 40% of her HP. So yeah, he's doing definitely a great job up there.
Well, we'd have, I think, Tundra coming down south here for a gank, and yeah, it definitely looks like it should be worth it. Bringing out his ultimate, but it does not look like it's able to insta-combo kill anything, as Tundra looks like he's definitely going down to that Comet, and at the same time, it does look like Slither was taken down, but they're going to pay for it with a Glacius, but hey, that is quite the trade-off, especially for a 4-man gank.
It definitely is. Especially, giving you, with Tundra going down, you're giving you Thunderbringer a nice time in mid, and you see low giving Thunderbringer a nice time in mid now, where you can, get a good amount of XP, get a good amount of, gold as well, and then if he can get a slight level advantage or even a level advantage and start, moving around the map a bit more, picking off some heroes, he definitely can be, a pain in the ass to deal with.
Well, if you take a quick look at the assist column, B-Kid there has 2 assists because he dinged Sing at 6 and immediately used that ult, which is probably the deciding factor in that fight. It just brought everyone down just enough to grab that double, and I mean, Glacius, yeah, he was dead anyways, so no worries about that. But I mean, 2 assists there, so great, instant use it right there, and yeah, he was able to enjoy a little bit of free fun. So win-win for load there.
Most definitely.
Looks like going to try to go in on Panda, but I mean, let's see. Voodoo Jester has level 2 mojo, and that's really going to keep Panda alive a lot longer. Tundra's going to come down here as well. Slither got caught out in the middle of nowhere. Tundra going right through the cloud. It's going to be able to take out Nighthound, but I mean this. Oh, Hellbringer throwing down that mouth is coming down from bottom.
Oh, Hellbringer's ultimate saved. Well, it didn't save, but it saved Pandemonium most likely. And we see Thunderbringer going down, which is what the weakness of Thunderbringers. I'm elaborating on Thunderbringer all the time, but who cares anyway? The weakness of Thunderbringer is, even though that he's very strong and he still, you know, he has a great burst damage and infinite mana and stuff, he still is very squishy and he has no escape mechanism whatsoever. And that is why Tundra, especially if he, Tundra throws out his ultimate, throws out his minions and the piercing shards, and he drops Thunderbringer immediately so low that Thunderbringer basically got to, he can't do anything about it. So I'm gonna stop talking about Thunderbringer now.
You just like Thunderbringer, that's okay.
I do. He's a monkey, you see, and I'm German. Kind of.
Oh, I'm not
the
touching
same.
that issue at all. You can say all you want about your countrymen, but I'm gonna stay clear of that. But so yeah, but we do have a 6-5 lead now developed for Load in this game number 2. So this is an important game because it's a best of, I think it's a best of 3. So whoever wins, the 2 will win. I do believe that is how it is. So I mean, they got to really be on their game. They did bring out really their strongest lineup, I do think, seeing that Tundra out here with a Panda. Speaking of Panda, Panda went up top a little while ago. We haven't seen him since. And he's just kind of enjoying a free farm there as there's no Valkyrie. There she is. She's going back up there right now. But I don't know. We got 4 middle right now, and now Nighthound is farming bottom. And if there's anything you don't want to do, it's let Nighthound farm bottom.
Yeah, well, you don't want to let Nighthound farm bottom, but on the other hand, you don't want, Pandemonium farm top, which is this issue is being addressed. But I think if you look at it now, the Hellwood actually got quite a strong pushing team, especially with Slither going again this ward build. He's building Toxin Wards first. He's got 1 level in Toxicity, 1 level in Poison Spray, and 2 level in Toxin Wards. They are quite good for pushing, and then you have Hellbringer, who has Malphas obviously, and Tundra, who's got his piercing shots to clear out creep waves, and his minions to help out clearing out towers. So they actually got quite, some pushing power on their side.
How can he see this ward of sight?
Wait,
what? Does the bird give true sight now? That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Oh,
wait.
he has an eye. Oh, that's why. Yeah, Tundra has picked up an eye and is going to use his minions there to run around counter-warding everything.
Yeah, well, that is a tactic that we've seen a couple of times from MSI, and it is very good because the last game, what they really lacked and what they basically lost in the game was poor map control. They basically had no map control at all. Then Load basically did what they did what they want. They moved around and basically, caught MSI everywhere. And now MSI addressing, learning from their faults and picking up that eye on Tundra, basically, giving them a very, very strong counter warding tool. And with the strong counter warding, you give yourself an easier time with map control. And, so MSI basically learning from the mistakes they made the last game.
Now, just to point out something else that is great on this Slither is, of course, level 3 wards. You can go jungling, make yourself a battery between the 3 camps, and just enjoy some nice jungle farm. I mean, back in the day, during the beta days, you were able to throw out a whole bunch of wards. You could even kill Kongor as he just kind of ping-pongs between his leash and your wards. But I do believe that was kind of nerfed. You can't do that anymore, but it's still the same principle kind of still is effective for jungling. So, if you come up against a tri-lane or you guys aren't getting the best of farm, and you go in the ward build, which as you said is great for pushing, but as we saw last game with Freshflow playing that Slither, it was just abysmal for helping out from all the ganks. But yeah, go have some fun farming.
Out, being taken out down bottom. Hellbringer drops really low, but he seems like he's gonna be fine. Yeah, apart from that, nothing really happened. Tundra moved down bottom, threw out his ultimate. Yeah, they made short work of Nighthound there. And that is really good because, as you said, Nighthound has been free farming down bottom, so they needed to make something happen, and they take him out now. They're doing a good job at that. And yeah, let's look at just quickly at farm, because last game MSI were basically outclassed a large deal in farm, and this time they're actually well ahead. Around 30 minutes into the game, sitting at a decent lead in gold and experience.
Well, Fresh Pros racked up 49 creep kills and 2 hero kills. That puts him at 290 gold a minute, which is really huge for him. Looks like he's going for a Gnomes next, as he has Major Totem Ring of the Teacher already fixed up with his Chalice and his boots. Oh, there's a Neophyte's book in there as well. So yeah, definitely a Gnome's Wisdom. Gnome's Wisdom on a Hellbringer. Yay, nay?
I said it's uncommon. Um, and it is especially interesting because, well, it's especially interesting since we're actually working on the Hellbringer guide, and we asked Fresh about it, and Fresh, he did mention Gnome's Wisdom as, you know, optional items. It's definitely not a bad pickup. You know, Gnome's Wisdom on the support hero is like, it is not as good as it used to be, but it's definitely a solid item. But normally you see on Hellbringer, especially if it's got that great farm, like a puzzle box even, most likely a puzzle box. But yeah, I mean, you cannot argue with a Gnome's Wisdom. It's like a Tableau of Command on a support hero. It is great. It is a good and solid pickup, basically.
Right, but so far I haven't seen really Hellbringer played through the support role. He's not, he's not warding, and I mean he has the most kills on the team right now, best farm. So I wouldn't really say he's in that support
it is
role.
a bit odd. I personally would have thought that he picks up a puzzle box because puzzle box is overall just such a great item. You know, we don't need to talk about puzzle box, I think.
Nope. It's good.
Yeah,
We'll leave it at that.
yeah, all the guys out there, don't argue. Puzzle box is good, and the Rune Dax on Panda is bad.
You mean best?
Anyways, no. Anyways, yeah. I think it is maybe not optimum, but it is not a bad pickup. It's not like, oh my god, he's doing something horribly wrong. And I think Fresh Bro, knowing him, we don't always dig the way he's thinking, but when you actually talk to him, it makes a lot of sense what he does when he explains it to you.
Yeah, well, that is why he is, you know, on the #1 team of the world, so to speak, because his insight is just really valued above a lot of other people's. But you know, so going up top with that Toxic Ward Brigade is not really going to facilitate any kind of launching pad for a push. We have now had Divergence, and we got that Hellbringer going mid. He's going to try to keep that creep kill lead, but he is now slipping a little bit to a Tundra, who has a Panda behind him, and really, I mean, they might be trying to go in here on Thunderbringer. Might is the key word. Those axes are a little bit down, but in comes that birdie, but the birdie should be able to be seen by that tower. And really, I mean, you got the two of them here. You had the creeps. Kind of curious why the gank didn't go down. Are they just really going to try for the tower first? Looks like they're going to go for it right here.
There you go.
Using that birdie to great effect, but they can't even kill him. Too little, too late. Because did you see how many homecoming stones came out of that?
Yes. But that was clutch. That was very nice. You know, well, we thought that, you know, Thunderbringer really was going down, and they were all there. Great follow-up, great team play there, great coordination. Though really looking impressive. I gotta say, from last game and this game not as much, but coordination-wise and communication-wise, they really look very strong.
Well, they're giving Load a good run for their money, so now they're going back in on this tower. Is this a Panda coming down? It is indeed a Panda coming down, but we don't have a Tundra ult. He has enough mana for an axe. And okay, so here's another thing. Tundra, who looks like he's actually dead again.
Goes down.
No, gonna be saved by that Malphus at least for a little bit. At least for a little bit. Gonna get pounced. Picks up. Who got that eye? Did he destroy that eye? Did they destroy the eye? The eye was dropped. I could have sworn I saw Nighthound take it out, which will be great for them because that's 700 gold down, plus another 700 to go down for them, and that will really put Chu back into more of his roaming capability because he doesn't have to worry about that eye at least for a little bit.
Yeah, the eye's no one.
Yeah, I can't find it, so I'm gonna say it was destroyed before it got picked up. Great job there by Chu.
Yeah, it's always great, you know. Destroying an eye is a very satisfying thing.
Oh, for sure.
To do. Because, you know, you did cost 700 gold, and that is basically on a good, you know, good farming carry. That's 2 minutes of farming, man. That's really good. 700 gold. It's not game changing, but it's nice.
Yeah, well at this current rate we don't even have anyone breaking the 300.